Hello everyone, another sunny day here in Michigan in November, and I wanted to do another quick auto repair project with you, or at least an auto diagnostic repair anyway. If you remember, about a week and a half ago we did a video showing how to replace the spark plugs in the 2007 Lincoln Navigator, or any Ford vehicle that has the 3-valve 5.4 V8 motor. Well, it ran great for about a week and a half. The gas mileage actually jumped up from 16 miles a gallon to about 18 miles a gallon on the highway, as long as you kept it under 65 miles an hour, which is really good for a big vehicle like this. But today, on the way to Flint, started getting an engine miss, and the check engine light came on. So we're going to show you how to diagnose the problem when the check engine light comes on. I got my obdii scanner here today. Today we're going to use the plug-in model, which is, we'll turn my camera around here so you can see it. All right, this is the plug-in type obdii scanner, and it's got a giant D-shaped connector here. They call this the D-plug, and underneath the dashboard there's a port. Let's see if we can find it. Where's that there? Hang on. There's a port that this plugs into right there. You take the component and you plug it into the port like that. We get the ignition key into place. Turn the ignition key to the on position without starting the vehicle. Well, you can start it. Doesn't matter if you start it or not, as long as the ignition key is on. And we look at the scanner now, and it says pocket scanner, and it's all lit up. It draws its power right from the car itself. Then one button on here says read, so we hit that. It's scanning the codes. It says there's 2 codes. We hit the down button. The first code is 0306, and the second code is also 0306. And if we wanted to clear those out so the check engine light would go off, we'd push the erase button down and hold it, erase that, press the erase button again, and it erases the codes. Now the check engine light will have turned itself off, but it's going to come right back on again unless we fix the problem. The problem for the 0306, you look it up on the line if you don't know what it is already. And most of the time I don't know what they are, but in this case I know that all the 03 codes, anything that starts with 03, is a cylinder misfire. So 0301 would be cylinder number 1, 0308 would be cylinder number 8, and all of those in between would correspond to whatever cylinder is misfiring. 0306 means that cylinder 6 is not firing properly. When it's not firing properly, there's usually just 3 common things it could be. The most common is the coil pack that sits on top of the plug. The next would be the spark plug itself. And the third would be the fuel injector. And since I just recently did the tune-up on it where I changed the plugs and had all that stuff disconnected, there's a chance that possibly one of the wires has come loose from where I had it clipped on. So we're going to do a check the wires, make sure they're clipped on tight, and see if either of them are loose. Now, if you don't know what a particular code signifies, it's easy to write down the code. They all start with the letter P, as in problem, and then has a 4-digit code after that, like 0406. You would go to your internet search engine, and just right in the search bar, all you got to type in is P0046, and it'll give you a whole list of results, but they're all going to say basically the same thing: cylinder misfire on cylinder number 6. Now, on the Ford V8s, they're all numbered the same way. So if you were to come outside of the car with the hood open, look at the front of the engine. On the passenger side is cylinders 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the driver's side, you have cylinders 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that tells us that number 6 would be the second one from the front on the driver's side. Now, I've already checked the connectors, and the connectors are all nice and tight. So what I'm going to do to diagnose the problem is take the coil pack from cylinder 6 and swap it with another cylinder, either right next to it or across on the other side of the motor. Then start the motor back up, and when the check engine light comes back on, we will see if it has moved to a different cylinder or if it's still on cylinder 6. If it's still on cylinder 6, that will tell us that the problem is either in the fuel injector or the spark plug itself. If the problem follows the coil pack, then the problem is actually a defective coil pack that needs to be replaced. So we're going to try that right now. The swap is completed. Took just about 5 minutes to do. I started the car back up, and it's idling rough. I can feel a little shake in it still, which is to be expected because we didn't actually repair anything. We're just doing the diagnostic work right now. So we're going to take it for a ride down the road and see if the check engine light comes back on shortly. Alright, after a 2-mile drive, the check engine light is back on, and the code showed 0306, which is the same as it was before. So that would indicate the problem still could be the spark plug or the fuel injector, and that the coil pack was actually okay. The next step is going to be to swap the spark plugs with a different one and see if the trouble follows the spark plug, or if there's any obvious damage or problem with that particular plug. Alright, now I've released the code and deleted it. Replaced the spark plugs. Well, I didn't replace them. I swapped out number 5 and number 6. So all of our suspect parts from cylinder 6 misfire had been moved to different locations except for the fuel injector. We took the spark plug and moved it to cylinder number 5, and we took the coil pack and moved it to cylinder number 1. The next step is to operate the car until the check engine light comes on again and see what code we get. Alright, just about a 1/4 mile down the road, the check engine light came on again, and the problem has moved to cylinder number 5, which I really kind of anticipated it might. When I looked at the spark plugs, the number 6 plug, which had caused the code to come out, was very dark. It had only been in there about 400 miles, and the spark plug was very dark, had a distinct fuel smell to it when I pulled it out. And I pulled out number 5 to swap with. It was clean, bright white, looked like a brand new plug, like it was just put in this morning. So I swapped them, and immediately the car was still running rough. The light came on within a 1/2 mile, and the trouble is now number 5, which tells us that spark plug, which was in the number 6 spot, is defective. So instead of cleaning it and trying to fix it, get it to work, I'm just going to return it to the store tomorrow morning. It's Sunday afternoon right now where everything's closed. I'm going to return it to the store tomorrow morning and replace it with another plug. I hope this isn't the thing to come, because it's a Champion plug. I've always had good luck with Champion plugs, but there are a lot of people online who say they're not real happy with the performance they've had from the Champion spark plugs lately. So we're going to give it one more shot here and see if the Champion plug holds up. If I start having trouble with them, though, I'm going to take them back and tell the store I want something different. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other problem-solving videos on car repairs, historic places, abandoned things, ratings on food and entertainment. It's a great channel. Bye for now.